Well, beauty today is no longer just about how you look, but what you stand for, and especially about the impact that you create. And today I have with me four women who redefine how truly a modern Indian diva should look like. Well, I have with me Miss Diva 2025 winners. Welcome on Zoom.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Such a warm
Thank
welcome.
I'm glad, and I'll start with you, Avni Kakekochi, Miss Diva Cosmo 2025. How does it feel? कैसा लग रहा है? आज ताज आपके सर पर है. आपने सोचा था कि आप जीतेंगी?
I was pretty confident, and it doesn't feel like I'm sinking in the feeling because it felt like destiny to me. It felt like everything aligned. My work and the destiny, everything just came through. So I'm feeling it right now. And right now, since we are in the interview, it's just escalating. Yeah.
Okay, that's lovely. And Miss Diva Supranational 2025, Avni Gupta. I saw you on stage. You look lovely. And how was it? How was the feeling like when your name was announced and you got the crown?
I couldn't believe it, first of all, but as I went forward from standing as a finalist to finally being crowned, the feeling kind of sinked in, and I realized that it is not just a win for me but a huge responsibility on my shoulders, taking my country's name on an international platform. And I'm so pumped up and so energized to give 100% of my efforts and make my country proud.
Wow, that's lovely. And again, Miss Diva Content Creator 2025, Monica D'Souza, from the world of content creation to, winning this year. How does it feel like? And do you think कि content की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं ये जो आज आप जीती हैं उसका एक बहुत बड़ा एक contribution है?
Definitely, thank you for the question. And I truly feel all the consistency that I have been and maintained, it's all paying off through this winning moment, because this is a field which is still confuses people, they're not really sure about, be it parents, be it, our own self. We always keep it as a second priority. But winning such title, it opens the road for people who are coming behind me, that there is such platform that you can also win and also represent, and yeah, everything else falls back to the place.
Absolutely. And again, I would like to talk to Miss Diva Fashion Designer 2025, Aishwarya. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you
So,
so
from the world of designs, fashion, and now to winning this title. And I also read that you're a NIFT graduate. So, how was the journey like for you?
My journey was nothing short of ups and downs. I've always known that I wanted to do fashion design, but Miss Diva has given us such a huge platform, opening up backstage designers to putting them on spotlight, which is something I don't think a lot of designers are used of. But this is such a roller coaster journey, I would say, and beyond grateful.
And I can see that on your face as well. So, coming to Avni, from the world of aerospace to classical dance, and I saw the family picture also on your social media. Your family was super, super happy to see you winning. So, again, how did your journey start? How did you tell your parents that, you're going for this pageant? And how did everything begin?
That's awesome because I'm from a very academic background.
Yes.
As you can clearly see, my brother is an IITian. He studies in IIT Madras right now. I'm an aerospace engineer. My father is a first generation entrepreneur. My mother got married when she was 18 and she had me when she was 19. And she continued her academics post my birth. And my father was very, very strict on how everybody has to be educated and well versed in whatever they want to do. So education came first for me as well. And only post my education is when I came into the fashion field. So I was never a model to begin with. I've always been a classical dancer. I've even gotten a government scholarship from the Ministry of Culture. And I've performed at G20 summits, at NMACC, and so many platforms like that. I've been really lucky that way. So pageants happened to me, I think, through college. In college, there was something called the fashion team. And I just auditioned for it because I just felt like it. And they liked my height. They liked the way I carried myself. Since I was into stage performance and all of that, it came to me very naturally. And speaking is a major part of pageants as well, how you present yourself. So that came through me, I guess, just through my academic background and speaking to my parents and going on different events with my father. Since he was an entrepreneur, I got to meet different kind of people from the industry, from the aerospace industry and the automobile industry sectors. So I was lucky that way, and it just naturally came to me, and I was able to become the coordinator of the fashion team as well. And I just started auditioning into these pageants. That's how it began.
So that's a lovely journey actually. I think you've experienced
Different, I've been
different
into
sectors
different
and very versatile also.
Yes.
Okay, that's really lovely and again a very interesting journey to hear. So again, Avni, if I talk to you, from audit to numbers and now switching to the world of glamour and entertainment and lifestyle, how has your journey been like? And क्या आपके parents ने भी बोला कि अरे audit से अब सीधा Miss Diva, तो ये क्या हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है?
So for me, I was always very comfortable in front of the camera. If I go back to my childhood, I never ran out of poses when my mom clicked my pictures. So there was something for me in me for cameras. But then as I grew up, my inclination moved towards academic. And that's why which I led to the audit job that I was doing. And then suddenly this year, I realized that, you have dreams that you think about in the childhood, that you dream of being like that. And that's when I thought that if I don't do this now, if I don't pursue these dreams now, I may never do it. So this year I started posting on social media, and I started getting modeling opportunities, and this was the beginning of my modeling journey. And then I thought, this thought kept coming in me that I want to represent my country on an international platform, and that's how I started my pageant journey. And months of working on myself, whether it was communication, my walk, my presence, my grooming, everything combined. Today I'm here as Miss Diva Supranational, and I couldn't be happy.
And I can see the happiness. It's really lovely that the way you are answering, and it's great to see. They are beautiful. As I said, the beauty today is no longer just about how you look, how you carry, what you stand for, how you speak, and that's very very evident. So moving to you now, Aishwarya. Every designer says that my designs are not just my designs; they are my story. That something that I want to show to the world. This represents me. So how did your journey begin into the fashion industry and now to winning the title?
That's such a beautiful question. Firstly, thank you for that, because personally, that is my way of thinking. Storytelling is a huge part of who you are and what kind of a person you've been and what kind of a situation you have been through. It talks about your entire history and your life story essentially. And for me, growing up, my mom is from Andhra Pradesh, my dad is from Tamil Nadu, and very cross-cultured mix I was brought up in. So that has really brought me into a very cultural space, I could say. So growing up, seeing a lot of cultures, a lot of languages, a lot of architectures, temples, and they just bought something in me. I was never really great at academics, I would say, but I always had an inclination towards arts and clothing and that kind of a passion. I think it was 5th grade when I decided that I wanted to do fashion design.
Okay.
I did not know what it meant or what it stood for. So storytelling is a really, it brings an identity to you and your designs, and it tells an entire chapter of what your garment could be.
Absolutely. And an entire chapter of what your garment could be. That's a very powerful statement.
Thanks.
So coming to you, Monica, again, the world of social media, Instagram, in being an influencer or a content creator is such a powerful thing in itself, because so many people are following you, watching you, and probably whatever you say, they want to become like you. So how much responsible do you feel at the moment, and how did your journey begin, from opening your first Instagram account to posting your first reel or picture to now here?
Well, that's a very powerful question, and I've been asked that a lot of time. I think with great power come great responsibility. Not today, I think I believe that since I started the social media journey, and I think it's very important to analyze what are we putting there and what do we feel about it. Trends come and go, but your beliefs are something, eventually if you believe strongly into something, eventually people try to look at you from your own belief, and that's what makes you authentic, I feel. So I try to keep it original from the day I started. And having said that, a lot of people don't know, I also have a corporate job. I'm a corporate employee. So I represent few German university in India from Europe. And I was working with one of the top MNCs after finishing my MBA at an internship in Dubai with a very reputed firm. And then I moved to Mumbai. And whole walk of life, I was working with top MNC. And then when COVID happened, and that was my bucket job. I like everything is sorted. That happened for me. And then COVID happened, and initially I had some time to reflect on myself, on my journey. And as always a fashion enthusiast, I always had that keen eye towards fashion, skincare, beauty. So I thought, let's utilize this time and create something of your own. So if you'd see my first video that my dad shot for me, it's very funny. It's very funny. At times I feel I would like to archive it, but I said no. That's where everything began. I think better I shouldn't. So slowly I started balancing both, be it my job and be it the content creation. God has been kind. I've been kind enough to working with some reputed brands, some top beauty brand, fashion brand, and even maintaining my job. I'm a regional manager. At the same time, I've got promoted.
Congratulations.
So, thank you so much.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I'm multitasking. As a woman, I feel we have been taught multitasking since childhood, but I'm just trying to navigate in the money making in the right way.
That's very well said. And now I will look forward to more your get ready with me tutorials.
Definitely.
And some interesting skincare tips as well.
And you have flawless skin yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, you're kind. Okay, again, four of you, you're the winners. Everybody's congratulating you. And again, as you said that, it definitely gives you a lot of responsibility to represent India. And now, because you're being watched at every moment. So again, talking about women empowerment, you speak well and you have the power to, communicate well. What do you think if given a chance or a power to probably bring about a change in any of the women's dynamics in India, what would that be? Any issue that you feel that, if given a chance, I'd like to work on that. It could be education, it could be safety, it could be probably equal pay at work, or anything that you'd like to say.
Well, as an entrepreneur myself, I think that women aren't taken very seriously, especially when it comes to leadership and entrepreneurial roles. So for this, what we do in our industry is every woman is given a chance to speak. Every woman is given a chance to present themselves every month regarding the pay scale or the advantages and disadvantages they're facing. And we have such a nice environment created at Supram. And that is where women empowerment begins. And another thing that I have noticed, it's my personal journey, is when I watch another woman do well, I relate to them and I say, hey, even I can do that, or maybe I can do better. And a lot of people have come to me and said, hey, Avni, you're doing so many things together and so effortlessly. I think I want to learn from you. I think that's where women empowerment begins. You don't really have to go to them and give them mentorship or anything, but if they come to you, that's something that you really can think about and start. And I'm a dance teacher as well. I have my own dance academy.
I saw your dance videos also.
Yeah, thank you. So I have little students from 5 years to 55 years as well. So that is, I help them find their rhythm, and that is empowering for me and them as well.
So that's how a true modern Indian diva looks like.
Yes,
a woman
exactly.
empowering another woman and women uplifting women, and that's what
It's
we are here.
Creates
So
space.
again, what about you? What's your take on that?
Well, continuing this further, I would like to share a story of my own. And so I said that since childhood, I wanted to pursue my dream of modeling, but I couldn't. And this year, I finally got the courage to do that. So for me, I was kind of scared of coming out of my comfort zone, because since childhood, we have been taught to go to school, then college, then a job, and stepping out of that cycle is a little difficult coming from a middle class family. You have responsibilities as you grow up, and that kept me from pursuing my dreams. And I think that many women around me also have a similar thought, because they have their responsibilities, they have parents, and they feel like if they get out of that comfort zone, will that be the right decision to do or not? So through my journey, I kind of got that courage and self-belief in me and thought that I have to try this. So through my journey, I want to inspire other women. I want to tell them that if I can do this, if I have the courage to do that finally, then you can also. And if you choose to dream big, if you have that much courage, then God will give you the power to chase those dreams and make them happen.
Absolutely, very well answered. And I totally agree with your answer that yes, if I can do it, other women can also. And of course, it's great to be an inspiring factor for all the women who are watching you right now. So Aishwarya, coming to you, what's your take on that?
So, coming from a design background myself, growing up, it's not like my parents or none of them had any idea what fashion or design ever meant, because we were anyway, even my relatives or nobody even understood the foundation of what fashion meant. And for me personally, I would really like to bring the awareness, because the amount of people I've met when I say I'm a fashion designer, all they wanted in their life to become something through modeling or a designer. So I want to bring them enough awareness and tell them that if you have the courage, you can actually pursue it. Like, because this is a field that people fear, people hesitate, and that it should not be like that. It's a very fun environment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it also takes a lot of hard work and determination, as many fields do. But if you're in the right mindset and willpower, you can achieve it. So that is something I really want to tell a lot of people, coming generations, and people who think it's too late for them to even try now. That is something.
That's really lovely to hear. And yes, of course, there is a little lack of awareness in people when we, tell them something unconventional that we want to do in life. And there are judgments. And again, overcoming all those judgments, you girls are here. So talking to you, Monica, I want to know if you have to make one reel or one video on Instagram, referring to the question that I asked, that, about something that you'd like to bring a change, what would that be?
To be honest, since the time I have been making content or doing my job, and seeing that women today are not entitled to anybody's opinion, which I think is fabulous today. And one thing I really want to tell everyone, you don't have to hustle like a man. I think we are teaching women wrong. You have to embrace your own womanhood, and nothing is more beautiful than invest in yourself. You're the biggest investment that you can do. And everything, you're happy, you're looking gorgeous, you're shining. Trust me, everything aligns. So this is the one thing I always tell, because I give skincare advice to a 17-year-old girl.
Yes.
I send MBA to a doctor of 55-year-old for education to Germany, right? So I meet people from different walk of life.
Yes.
And I feel beauty is in embracing your own womanhood. We have been teaching, sometimes we've been teaching wrong that, hustle like a man. No, we are women. We want to hustle like a woman. We want to embrace our femininity. We want to embrace our beauty. At the same time, we want to hustle like a woman, which is as equal as men.
And some lovely answers that I get to hear, some really lovely answers. So now again, if I talk about the journey of becoming the winner. So again, no journey is incomplete without some hurdles, hiccups, and a lot of obstacles also. I see the big smile on your faces, but I'm sure there's a lot that went behind the journey as well. So I want to talk about that as well. What were those little hurdles or obstacles that you faced, you overcame, criticism probably that you faced during the journey that stayed with you and made you the winner?
Of course, all of us have ups and downs.
Yes.
No journey goes flat. But I think it's these journeys that make us harder, and it challenges us, and we make sure that we become undeniable. That's why all four of us are here today. The hurdle that I face the most is probably to manage my dancing career, my teaching career, my industry, all of that aside, keeping all of that aside, still being able to train and prepare for the pageant, that had become a very difficult task for me. But then I sat with myself and said, hey Avni, you can do it, just schedule everything properly. So that's exactly what I did.
Time management.
Yes, time management, and be very disciplined with it. You have to talk to yourself and say, listen, this is what you have to do. If you want to achieve this, you have to do this. So you stick on to a schedule, you be extremely disciplined with it and stay consistent, you will definitely see the result. I am the result of that consistency. And I learned this through gymming. I know gymming, dieting is not going to work for 1 or 2 months. You have to consistently do it over a long period of time. And that gave me Miss Best Body.
Yeah.
So it just says that discipline and consistency can get you anywhere in life.
Truly said, consistency, time management, and discipline. Very
Discipline,
important.
that is all you need to
Okay.
get to the path.
Okay, and what about you, Avni? Any obstacles, hiccups that you faced?
Yes, so there were quite a few, and to be honest, one of the most difficult thing for me was balancing my 9 to 5 job at a Big Four and
Managing numbers.
yeah, and also preparing for Diva and doing modeling at the same time to keep my portfolio totally updated. So that was one challenge for me. But since everyone has challenges, everyone multitask and they have to handle so many things together. Apart from this, one small thing that I also dealt with was taking a stand of myself. Being a beginner, not knowing much about the industry or having less knowledge about it, it is very important that you listen to people around you. But at the same time, it is also very important to know what values align with you and to take a stand for yourself whenever you see something happening which misaligns with the values. So I think this is what I have learned, that you should know your values and be true to your authentic self. So that is what I've learned.
Okay, that's quite an interesting story, and especially how you managed two of the journeys together. That's even more interesting. And Aishwarya, what about you? Some problems that you faced and how you overcame them.
In order to answer this question, I'll have to go back to a very childhood self of mine. Because growing up in a very academic background, which my parents were in, and I was not very academically good, like I said. So I always felt like I was not enough. I was not doing, or I was not up to their standards. I was constantly comparing myself to everyone around me. But I always knew in me that there is something that I want to do, and I know when I get there, I will give it all my best. I'll pour my heart into that. And that was fashion design for me. And till then, it was a challenge all the way till 12th grade. I never felt like I fit in. I never felt like I was ever worthy enough. There were a lot of self-doubts for me. But the minute I got into my dream college, LIFT, and then I started, that journey was not easy as well, because stepping into a fashion world separately after your whole life has been wired into an academic route, it is a very different experience, because I have no idea how that world functions. And speaking of this, I went to Gandhinagar, Gujarat, without knowing Hindi. And everyone around there speaks in Hindi, and I again felt like I never fit in there. And I thought that was my place, that I was supposed to fit in there, but why is this happening? And then later on, slowly, I used to sit at my spare time. I used to bother my friends and ask them to teach me Hindi. And now I'm pretty much fluent at it. And a lot of people even ask me now, I can't even say that you're a South Indian, right? And coming from South India also, there's not a lot of awareness of fashion from where I come from, because people see it as something that is super high fashion, or they see it as something very low fashion. Like, they don't understand, like either it's a boutique or you're a very high fashion person. And yeah, it was no short of challenges. And I finally felt like taking my own time, my own pace. I learned skill sets where I used to sit in my room and then I used to stitch and then make clothes just because I was not good at it, or had to practice. And given NIFT, it's a lot of sleepless nights.
Nice.
Trust me on that. And from all the sleepless nights, I still took time to make my skills more better for whatever I'm preparing for. And I think that's what got me where I am right now.
So a lot of obstacles in the journey, and how you overcame them. It's quite interesting, from the language barrier and to everything. Okay, so what about you, Monica? I mean, though you told me that you started your content journey during the COVID-19 period, but I'm sure there must be some obstacles, and content creators do face a lot of trolling and everything. How do you manage that?
There were a lot of self-doubt, because you know how trolling works, right? And being in the play area of like space of content creation, where you're always visible, where people always has to say something, always have a comment to make, right? It was not easy. It was very difficult. That trolling makes you self-doubt yourself, and there's a lot of eyes on you, and you start to have self-doubt, and you feel, is it what you're doing is correct? But I think eventually you come with a thicker skin. Eventually you believe this is you, this is how you are, this is how you work. And people who like you eventually become followers, or a friend, or a fan, or a family in a journey, who don't
Do you get angry at trollers when they say something?
No, not anymore. I just write to them, I wish you healing. I just write them, wish you healing. I think over the time, you get that, you adapt that, because how much time will you waste there? I have job to maintain, I have my future to see, I have my content to make, deadlines, are like 1 day submissions and then shoots, then brand events. Not really, they don't affect me anymore.
That's
Having a thick boundary has helped me to not to pay any eye to them.
okay. So I think that's how a content creator should be actually, not
Everybody.
not yes, not bothering about the trolls. Okay, so I'm going to wind up quickly, but my second last question to you. Again, when we look at beauty queens, everybody feels, wow, being beautiful is enough. आप अच्छे दिखते हो, ये काफ़ी है. And, you have the perfect face card, nice hair, you're very nicely dressed, groomed. But there's more to beauty, I feel. You just can't be a pretty face. So in your eyes, what's the true definition of being beautiful?
This was my finale question. This is exactly my finale question. And you started off this very interview by answering that. You said beauty is impactful. That was my answer too. And the moment you said that, I connected with you. Well, beauty is impact. And I say this because on the finale day, my students were performing and I was not there. But I had the impact of them, of the learnings that I could give them, the little learnings that I could give them, and the impact of them dancing even without my presence. Beauty is having an impact even when you're not there. Even the industry was working even without my presence. So the impact that you create in people's life, not with your face, not with your presence, but with the kind of words, the behavior, and the things that you were able to give them, tangible things that you were able to give them, that is beauty.
Okay, and what about you? What do you think?
मैम आई फील दैट अगर ब्यूटी पैजेंट सिर्फ ब्यूटी के बेसिस पे सिलेक्शन करते तो आई डोंट थिंक फिनाले में लास्ट राउंड Q&A होता. हर
Yes.
contestant say there's a Q&A, there's a personal interview where the jury is one-on-one talking to you. They get to know you better. They ask you questions, different kind of questions from anywhere around the world. So if beauty was just about beauty, how you appear, how you groom yourself, then I really don't believe this. And me being a winner now and being a pageant aspirant for a while, I know how much I've put in, not just in my grooming. Yes, I have groomed myself. I was very different before and now I'm very different. But I know that I have also worked on myself, my communication, the confidence that I have to talk in front of so many people. So I think that is actually what a beauty pageant is about. You need to know everything. You need to be 360 groomed, not just your appearance.
360 groomed, yes.
Yeah. And for me, beauty, if I have to answer this question, I genuinely believe, if I talk about this Miss Diva only, there were 8 of us contestants, and I really felt the love after the finale. Everyone was so happy that we both won. Everyone was so supportive, and so much love I could feel in them. It didn't feel like a competition, to be honest, and that is a beauty pageant. Like girls supporting each other, and not only the beauty contestants but also fashion designers, content creators.
Yes, that I saw.
Everyone was
They helped
so
us make the
happy
salons.
and supporting each other. So that is the power when women, come together to celebrate womanhood. I think that is a beauty pageant for me.
Absolutely. And now, again, my last question. Mostly title holders, they do have Bollywood aspirations eventually. So have you ever thought about that you want to work in what kind of films, filmmakers, or are there any Bollywood aspirations? And to you want to, design for some Bollywood actresses. And again, even content creators are now acting in OTTs or reality shows. So I want to know a bit of your future plans.
My current future plan is definitely focused on Miss Cosmo International. India has not won a crown yet. It's a relatively new and a very modern pageant. So that's where my focus lies presently. But in the future, if something comes my way, I'm open to it.
Okay, what about you?
Ma'am, I am very passionate about modeling, about acting, and this has been a stepping stone for me, and I would really give my all if I could get an opportunity. So I'm just waiting for
What
that.
kind of filmmakers or films that that you really look forward for?
It's not just a particular niche that I want to focus. I want to explore all the opportunities. Yesterday only I was at the Times office and they were asking me what kind of movies you want. I said that I want all. I want to explore all opportunities. Yes.
Okay. And Aishwarya, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't just want to expand into Bollywood. I'd also like to explore in South Indian industries as well, because most of the South Indian actresses are also from Bollywood as well. You know, yeah, I want to show them that, you know, like empower them as well, the natural beauty, the natural skin, the skin tones and all. So more than that, I think, yeah, I would love to if I've been given a chance, and that is an area I'm really interested in to expand here.
Okay, Monica, what about you?
I'm a very practical person. My plan is till tomorrow's breakfast. Because I think I let universe surprise me. Because if I plan things, I would not be a content creator in doing the job. So I think what time unfold is beauty in that. If you ask me, I would want universe, world and stars. But if I let universe decide for me, I think I deserve even more.
Okay, that's a very practical approach to look at things. Okay, though I'd prepared a rapid fire. So finale में तो Miss Diva winners ने अच्छे जवाब दिए ही, और अब बारी है rapid fire segment की. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions और आपको quickly उनका answer मुझे देना है. Okay, so my first rapid fire question to you: camera or ramp? Where do you feel more powerful?
It's like saying right eye or left eye. I'd say ramp though.
Okay.
I like people's presence. I like interacting.
Okay, and what about you? Camera or ramp?
I said
Definitely
camera.
ramp.
Ramp. Okay,
Definitely a camera.
camera.
Yes.
Okay. So, one quality you admire in successful women in films today.
They are authentic. They're very authentic. They're themselves. They don't try to be someone else.
Okay.
Being grounded.
Being grounded.
Inspirational.
Inspiration. Okay.
Gutsy.
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 Okay. So, hypothetically, a role you would never say no to.
Geet from
जब भी met. Because आप अपनी favorite हैं.
Definitely. That's why I won.
Okay. What about you?
Any historic role. I would love to do
A
that.
film, a role, a character.
Maybe Mastani.
Mastani. Okay. Okay. I would put it that the role that you'd like to design for.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Then definitely again a historic film.
Like?
I would say there's this Tamil movie called Ponniyin Selvam.
Yes, I've seen that film.
Yeah, definitely for something like that.
Something like that. Okay.
Priyanka Chopra in any role.
Okay.
The power, the beauty, grace.
You're a Priyanka Chopra fan.
Definitely the grace, beauty, power, the guts, everything.
Okay. So, one fashion disaster that you secretly love.
I don't love fashion design.
No, I'm saying somebody might say कि यार ये अभी trend में नहीं है, या ये तो अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, but you really like it.
It's not a rapid fire.
Like a low key,
Okay,
you
a
like
fashion
it.
trend that you really love.
I like bell-bottom pants a lot.
Okay, bell bottom.
I think they're very sassy and sexy.
Okay, so a fashion trend that you love.
I like pop colors, like, you know, Ranveer Singh kind of fashion. I really like that.
Okay, and Aishwarya?
You know, there was this entire era of juicy couture. Yeah, that I love because you can just be in style and chill at the same time.
Okay, Monica, what about?
Experimental. I love experimental and contemporary, mixing that together and getting those, mixture.
Okay, so if not Miss Diva, what would you be doing right now?
I would be dancing.
Dancing?
I would be in front of my laptop.
I'll probably be in some corporate.
Okay,
Maybe sitting with a student, counseling them for the next education.
and making a video as well?
That's what I'm already doing.
Okay, so one myth about pageant winners that you want to break.
There are many myths that I want to break, but the one thing that I can currently think of is that all pageant winners are chosen only based on beauty.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That all the pageant winners always follow a strict diet. We often eat sweets.
okay, you do?
When we
like in the
celebrate.
morning.
On celebrations, we eat desserts. Yeah.
Okay. Something about fashion designers that you'd like to break. A myth.
We're all not that awkward. We have a life. We are good at what we do. So
Okay.
that.
So one myth about content creation or creators that you'd like to break.
Content creation is not easy as you think it is. That 1 minute job takes the entire day.
Yes, that I totally agree. Okay. So fame is exciting or intimidating?
It's about how you see it. So for me, it's exciting. I always wanted to be a star.
Exciting, definitely.
Oh, definitely exciting.
Exciting.
Exciting. Okay. Exciting. So your personal definition of success today?
Success is consistency because it doesn't come in a day. You have to work on it. It's discipline and consistency.
Okay.
Making my parents proud.
Oh, that's really sweet. That's the true definition of success. Even I believe that. What about you?
Success is hard work and faith. Faith in yourself, especially.
Okay. And
Happiness and growth.
happiness and growth.
If they go together, everything
That's-
is sorted. Yes.
Okay. So if you had to choose your first role, what would it be? Girl next door, strong professional, rebel, or a dreamer?
Strong professional.
Strong professional.
Relate to it.
Okay. What about you?
Dreamer. I'm a dreamer at heart.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a rebel.
You're a rebel?
Yeah, they say don't do something where something mainstream. I do something unconventional.
Okay. And what about dreamer? Dreamer.
Yes.
So a Bollywood song that matches your personality right now.
I would say London to Makda.
Oh my God. Just a moment.
Yeah, I would say that. I'm a very peppy person.
Very cute accent though.
Magda was really cute.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn very good Hindi from these people.
But
So-
this was
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay. What about you, Avni?
Bebo, mein bebo. Something like that.
Take on.
That's Nasa Khave from Boston.
Okay.
I'll go to Tamil song. I'm so sorry. Hindi does not come easy to me.
No, that's completely okay.
There's this song in this movie called Vinay Talli Varvaya.
Okay.
So that song, that is a title song. So
That's the title song. Okay. So last question of the rapid fire.
You've always been starting with me, huh? Everybody's getting time. I'm like, I'm the only person rapidly firing.
Okay. So a real life woman whose story deserves a film, as per you.
There's a person called Rukmi Devi Arundale. She established the Kalakshetra Foundation. So arts was completely down here in India, especially after colonization. We were not allowed to follow classical dancing at all. And this woman was given the presidentialship. She denied that. She took 100 acres of land and she established a dance academy.
Okay.
And said it's not confined to just royalty. But everybody should be accessible to it, and this woman is my inspiration, and she has to get a movie.
Movie. Okay. What about you, Avni? What do you?
I would think our current president.
Okay.
I would like to know about his story.
Okay.
yeah. I would say in our design point of view, I would like to see, Abhishek Sharma and all of them take the stage into telling about how their life went through, because I going through my life and that's how I figure out how designers live. And I want to see more designers tell their tales.
Okay. That's interesting.
Priyanka Chopra.
Priyanka Chopra.
The entrepreneur she is, the role she brings, the gut she is, the way she tackles the world question, and she doesn't know how to stop. If there's one stop, she'll jump above.
So would you like to act in that film as well?
I don't mind that.
You're a Priyanka Chopra fan, and that's it for today. That was a lovely rapid fire, and you girls are truly the modern Indian divas. So thank you so much for talking to us on Zoom, and all the very best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Catch the grand finale of Miss Diva 2025 on 4th January 2026 at 8 p.m. only on Zoom TV, with streaming available on Times Play.